Brown Girl Banter.
Hey, Brown Girl Banter.
Hey, I'm Dr. Dangerfield.
And I am Dr. Patience. She's so silly.
Today, our topic is...
Yes, we are continuing. Hopefully you caught our last episode where we were talking a little bit, going back to our roots, right? Why did we start Brown Girl Banter? And we talked a lot about just being a professional, being a leader, and being a Black woman or a woman of color, and just some of the hurdles and the challenges we've experienced or we've heard of, that we've read about, and the difficulty in that and how to manage that. And so we could probably speak to this 4 more episodes, really, honestly. We could. But we definitely wanted to ensure that we picked back up from this particular topic. And while we focused a lot on our professional lives, I think we also struggle. I'm going to use the word struggle because maybe it's just me, brown girls, but let me tell you, just showing up as this Black woman in my everyday life. Take me out of the the boardroom, take me out of the office space, take me out of the that role. I still have like 17 other ones.
Roles that you have to be.
And you some days those roles get like a C. Right? They just do. Because the weight of all the things, right? And that's really what we're hitting on today, is kind of like the weight of all the other things.
All the different roles, like your mother, your daughter, your wife, your friend. You are a colleague, especially, when you're working and having your own office space. What are some? Your church member, your family member, your cousin, your auntie.
All of those minister, a deacon. It doesn't matter what you show up in all those things. And
all those spaces.
I don't know about you all when you're with your friends and having your conversations for coffee, martinis, egg rolls. I don't know what you're doing, right?
Nice bottle of Stella Rosa.
Yes, but when Lucretia or Dr. Dangerfield and I are together and we're kind of having those discussions about our roles and being Black women, we talk about the heaviness of that. Right? We talk about how, and I don't know if it's self-inflicted or required. I don't know if we get paid.
I think it's a little bit of both.
I don't know what it is.
I think it's a little bit of both.
But being everything to everyone, right, and feeling the responsibility of having to be everything to everyone. Now, I think that looks different for a lot of people.
Oh, it does.
Right?
Yes.
So you said, I'm able to set some really amazing boundaries with some, and then others I let cross over many times they feel like it, right?
And somebody said they just keep jumping the fence, and you just like, okay, let me just move the fence back. Let me just move the fence, because you're going to jump over it. I'm going to allow you to jump over it. Especially, I find it's like sometimes even just like with those that's closest to you.
Amen. That is so very true. I think if you watched our intro, 2019 had its hurdles, right? It had some low levels. And I believe really one of the struggles that I had for just this role part is feeling this heavy responsibility for, I have 2 girls, so being responsible for them, being a wife, showing up, being present for that. And then with the passing of my mom, also being present for my father, which was a role I'm his daughter, right? And that looks like something, but now it looks different. And so I am modeling behavior for my girls, right? So there's responsibility there. I am a representation of the Ruffin family with my husband and being his wife and being present for a African American male, in today's society. So having to show up for him, outside of being a friend and a good friend and a mentor and a whatever you're being. And now here's my father in grieving and trying to be, calling him consistently, making sure he's eating, because my mom's not there anymore. So being present for him. And you carry all of that with you everywhere
Where
you
you
go.
go, yes.
And so you think I'm nasty or got a bad attitude just because I'm a mean, angry black woman. But if you knew the bubbles that were above my head,
there's so many things you're trying to juggle.
if you knew the list I was keeping up with, if people could see what was coming out of this brain, you would be sad for me, right? Like, how are you doing
Can
that?
I take some of this off of your plate?
Exactly. Yes. And so then you tell me, again, in certain, areas I can't be me. Like, come on. And when I'm trying to juggle so many things. I'm like, sometimes I think the headaches I get are just based in my everyday life of my roles and responsibilities.
Ooh, what is it that I need, or who needs me now? Please.
Agreed. And so, I don't know, is that your experience too? Do you feel like you have these responsibilities and pressures that constantly are following you every day, even outside of professionalism?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Because, like, I'm the oldest sister. And, like, even prior to my dad passing, I took on some ownership as being the only sister, having to make decisions. Now, my other sisters, they step up. We each have our role, but having to make some decisions, and when people are looking at you like you're the oldest, what you say? What say you in this situation? And I'm looking like, no, I need everybody to say something because I don't know what to say, or having to make those expectations, like as the oldest or as a daughter, having now really having to help, because my sisters and I, we both, we all, I won't say both, it's three of us, we take care of my mom, but like two of us, we're there every day, taking care of her, so that responsibility. But then also watching, as you were talking about, watching your dad grieve, having to take on another place of like help walking through this process with my mom in grieving, and then the expectation of family, of like, some family members, they have stepped up, they have helped to take care of my, helping to take care of the emotional support with my mom, but some are like, what y'all doing? And you're like, you don't live over here. But then also still wanting to be a good friend, and something through this, like I said in one of our welcome episode, is learning how to allow other people to step in the role with me to be that person. But then also trying to keep life. When you're looking at your new normal, you're like, okay, do I want to keep these roles? Or do I want to? Can I put some of them away?
Right.
Because really, if I play the grief card, I can put some of them away.
I can put some of them away. Hello. And I think like it's this, dynamic. So like you go to your child school, right? So you have to be this version, right? There's this expectation.
You have to be that mom.
You have to be that mom, right? Well, I don't feel like being that mom, right? But we are in, our school is predominantly white, so you're definitely, trying to be a representation for the race, because somehow we have taken off you one person, you're the responsibility for the race, and so, you do that, and then you go, when you're even in the grocery store, or even when you're, oh, I'm moving over on the side of the street. I don't want to move over. You walking this way, I'm walking this way. You scoot over. Well, I got to always
let me keep walking my path.
Exactly. And
I was here first.
But I don't want them to be, I'm this, like we go.
Taking on that responsibility because we don't want people to feel another way, or having to always feel like sometimes we have to take the higher road.
Always.
Because you know what Michelle Obama said, when they go low, we go high.
Right.
And some days you're like, I don't want to go high. I want to be right there in the low with them.
To go low, right? You rude person at the groceries. Yeah, right. But then when we respond in a way that is uncomfortable for someone else, then it becomes, think of the titles we have gotten as black women, even when it comes to our black men.
The B word.
Right? It's like, or I don't really date black women because they got all that.
They got a whole lot of mouth.
Attitude. They got all that personality. You're like, oh.
But you like that pop.
You like that pop on your mama.
Right.
Because your mama black. So I'm just like, when did that become unattractive? I don't know.
What happened? What happened?
It's so, even in our own culture, our own race, we
get penalized sometimes for showing up fully in who we are.
Right? So, you're going to get diabetes. You're more likely to have difficulty with having a baby.
The numbers are never good.
They are never good for us. Don't read the article, right? And so,
right, because it will take you there.
and so, but then I have these stressors that I am dealing with that you don't even know the half of. You don't get to see, right? So if I'm single, I'm trying to maintain health and be a slim figure.
Because I gotta be this way. Because if I'm looking for a spouse, I need to be this way because society's put these expectations. Because I was telling Dr. Patience, I was reading an article in Essence, and I like Michael J. White, I think I always get his middle name, that middle initial. But there's an article about him and his wife in there, and the expectations, like she's an adult woman, she's a grown woman, and she looks good. Both of them look good because they work out. But I was telling Dr. Patience, I said, what does that say to the everyday woman who does not have the time sometimes to spend that time in the gym, working out, getting her body to be chiseled, but the expectation to, compete or to be visible in our society because these certain stereotypes, these certain dynamics are the way you're supposed to look. Now, if you're a mother with two, you might not have a six-pack because you've been working. You don't have time to go to the gym and work out 3 hours a day.
Yes. You try to maintain health, but dude, and I'm not saying that that's not the goal.
Right.
Yeah. Give me a minute to get there.
Right.
And so
because it does not happen overnight as Hollywood shows. Because I'm sorry for interrupting.
You didn't. I don't even know what I was going to say.
I have a young cousin that had a child, and her expectation almost was that she needed to bounce back within the first month of giving birth. And so that goes back to the conversation when you said, like, reading articles about, black women giving birth to babies. That's a shift almost, that can be death a lot of times. And if your pregnancy was not easy, or if your birthing process was not easy, but the expectation was that you were supposed to bounce back 2 weeks, a month after giving birth, and then feeling bad about it, which leads to some postpartum depression because it's like, oh, I'm not good enough, I'm not doing this, I'm not, and it's like, child, girl, woman, you just had a baby. You brought a new creature on earth. I applaud y'all who did that. Who does it?
Human being.
Yeah.
Brought them in here. Like, it's amazing. And these false expectations are, again, we always talk about who are we impacting with these? And I always go to, I think we've talked about this before in our women's empowerment group. Is it what's being fed to us? And is that even not, it's not even true.
It's not, right. It's not realistic. It's not truth. Where's the evidence? And so we're stuck in these mindsets and these ideas and these, am I good enough, worthy enough, smart enough, pretty enough? And because society, I believe, again, opinion, society sets us up to believe we are. If that wasn't the case, there wouldn't be Black Girls Rock and Black Girl Magic and all of these things. If we felt that society made us welcome and visible,
beautiful,
all of those things.
but that's not happening. And so you're struggling trying to tell yourself that I am enough, right? I'm beautiful, I'm smart,
and being black is enough.
And being black is enough. And so it's just the day to days. And so when you say to somebody, you're intimidating, right? Or you and all this mouth, or you are, her personality is just a bit too much for me, or you're aggressive, or you're assertive. Well, then what does that say about me, who's already struggling to show that I fit in, that I am enough, that I am worthy of a healthy relationship and family, and I'm worthy to have a husband who appreciates that about me, that I'm worthy to be at the table, that
all those things.
When society presents to us
a different way,
or
different what is beauty, and as we talk about, it's always on a continuum, and the continuum sometimes as society doesn't look at it as a middle ground that is extreme. And
I really have lately been talking to mothers with girls because that straight hair thing, girl, like, oh my goodness, can't wait to get that hair straightened. And it's like, no, the beauty, I tell girls all the time, like, the beauty in you is that you can change your hairstyle.
Yes,
the beauty of being a black girl is that
versatility
you can rock some braids and a puff and a twist and a straight
all in 1 week if you want to.
Even if you want to. And so trying to get her to accept that about her, that no, don't take your hair. I pick you up and your hair is not in that ponytail I put it in, we're going to have some problems. Because she has done that, right?
And why'd you take your hair down?
Trying to match little Sally Sue. We're not doing that. We're not doing that up in here.
This morning you wanted a puff.
Exactly. Now you try to part it and make you a no.
Right. And
we're not doing that.
You look like you got the fight while you were there.
Exactly.
You're like, what happened? What happened? Did you have a long day?
Exactly. And I think we have to change our measuring stick as black women, which is why we talk about that network, a professional network, but just a sisterhood, a social network.
Those that support you, that allow you to show up. And truly, they want you to show up as who you are, and if you don't, they call you out.
Exactly.
Like, girl, get somewhere with that.
Now, I'm not saying you don't need to rock a weave. Like, I'm all down for a good long weave, right? But I'm also saying but if you don't, that's okay too.
Right, it's you.
It's you, and being able to be, to accept you. I think we always go into that sense of self. We're there. It's always going to be this.
Accept who you are. Right. And it starts with you accepting who you are.
That core belief about
I am good enough.
I am good enough, and I am worthy.
I'm lovable. All of those things.
Those affirmations that we hope that you're writing on the mirror and reading and on your door before you walk out the house.
Because that was one of your assignments in 2019 we asked you to do.
Put those affirmations up, because life is going to constantly throw something at you.
Constantly.
And it will constantly tell you that you are not enough, that that your black isn't beautiful, that you don't deserve
to have certain things, the American dream,
and
whatever that is,
but you get to define that for you,
because it's yours. It's your dream. It's your defining your level of success. What does success look like for you in those quadrants of wellness? Like, what does success look like for you healthy? What does success look like for you spiritually? What does success look like for you financially, in your vocation, in your relationships? What does it look like? What is your dream?
And I think that once you figure that out, then you're able to develop an action plan.
Yes, and then implement it.
Instead of believing these Instagram stories you were looking at.
That somebody else curated.
Them Facebook pages with this false lifestyle that's not even real.
That is not theirs. If you checked it out, they curated those. A lot of them did.
Agreed. And so I think, like, the struggle that we constantly, I pride myself on being, like, my friends pride me on being the strong black friend, or the strong black woman, they call me, or my strong friend, and I pride myself on being that. And we talked about that last year, like the struggle of that. But there is beauty in being strong. There is beauty in being responsible and wanting more and being ambitious. These are great things, but at what cost?
Right.
My health, my sanity.
Right, all of that. And it's not going to be fun when you can't do it because you sacrifice.
And I think I think the funny part about this Black
Mm-hmm.
journey as Black women, and as race, I don't know, lately I just feel like race is constantly being discussed,
Mm-hmm.
is that we had this really big discussion in Bay, like educating our white friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, is it our responsibility to educate them about the struggle or
Mm-hmm.
about correctness and,
Yeah.
social cues and
Right.
things of that sort?
Is that another weight and
Mhm.
another burden that we are being charged to carry?
Exactly. And I was going to say,
It's a lot of books out there.
It's 2020, year of clarity. I don't mind certain conversations. I'm all about education. I do think there's beauty in that. I'm an educator too.
Mm-hmm.
But I also feel like I think you saw, when you go do it for yourself, it sticks a little bit.
With you, yes.
Mhm.
Because you're into it. You're having the experience
Exactly.
of it. And that's what sticks with you, is the experience.
Mm-hmm. So I feel like for 2020, my charge for myself, is to really be more aware of self-acceptance,
Mm-hmm.
right, and
Yep.
self-love, and
Mhm.
when I'm in these places, to be, instead of always thinking about how I am being perceived,
Mm-hmm.
right,
To be able
to
to
just be me.
to show up and be you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like, even if all eyes on me because I'm
Mhm.
the only one in the meeting, or
Yeah.
the only one in the room, or the only
being
one
able
at the
to-
conference,
yeah.
or the training, or the whatever, or the
To
only,
be able to say it.
yeah, to
And
just
to be able to fully be present in who
Mhm.
you are.
the only Black mama at the birthday party. Good Lord, the only Black wife at the dinner. And instead of taking on this whole responsibility that,
just-
okay, I gotta represent
Yeah,
my
but
people
just
the
show
right
up as-
way,
Just show up as who you are.
Exactly. Carol raised a pretty decent daughter.
She did.
I'm pretty sure if I'm just myself,
Right,
you're
you're not gonna be popping over, flipping over tables.
Unless you
Because
rape
if-
me. No, I'm
Yes,
kidding.
because
I'm kidding.
if we hear about that, we will have another conversation.
Have another episode
Right.
on how
Like,
not to handle.
Do not handle it like Dr. Patience. Then should be on World Star.
I'm
And we don't want her to go viral on World Star.
shade room.
No.
Possible.
Tennessee woman.
Exactly. So, I think that there are so many ways we could probably talk about just how we manage or how we deal
Wow.
being who we are as these Black women with all the roles, all the
Yeah.
responsibilities.
And this
all that.
conversation will be bad.
It's always bad
Yeah,
because
it
we can
will.
hit it from like 18 different
It will.
angles.
Yes, we will have this conversation more.
Right, but how are you dealing? How are you coping? How are you managing all the roles of being just, if you took your professional life away and
you just
out
had
of
the
all
roles.
of this, right? Because I have a lot of people who all they are is that role.
Mm-hmm.
They don't even know how to function
But it's
in
other roles that
outside
they play.
of that. And
Mhm.
so how is that, how are you functioning? How are you managing? How are you being that sister, daughter, friend, spouse,
Oh,
what
church
is it?
member,
Bay member,
all of that.
mentor, all
All
the
of that.
things that we probably missed at least 10 other things
All of those.
that you have to show up and be.
Mhm.
And how are you shaking some of that off?
Yeah. And our setting boundaries.
Yeah.
Setting boundaries in
Getting
those
rid of
spaces.
people.
Yeah.
Getting rid of people
okay.
and responsibilities. To the left, in
It's
the words
okay.
of my girl, Beyonce. Zuri sings that song like crazy. So anyway, what are you doing for you? So we would
Yes.
love for you to drop a comment and let us know.
Mhm.
Just how are you functioning as a Black woman? How are you empowering yourself, motivating yourself, showing up as your authentic self? Let us know. Drop a comment. Ask questions. We love it.
Yes.
We promise to do better this year with YouTube comments at the bottom.
Yes. Reading them.
And responding.
Yes, they're responding.
Oh my goodness. As always, Brown Girl Banter, we enjoy spending time with you, enjoy talking to you. Please be sure to follow us on social media. You can follow the lovely Dr. Dangerfield at.
I am Dr. Dangerfield.
You can follow me at I am Dr. Patience, and you can follow Brown Girl
Us
Banter.
at- I am Brown Girl Banter.
Exactly. You can also follow us on Facebook at.
Professional Brown Girls.
Maybe by like second quarter she won't say it so sad, y'all. If you're not sure why she's sad,
I'm
go
still
read.
upset with Facebook by not letting us be great.
I also challenge you to go get caught up. If you have not seen season 1 of Brown Girl Banter, go check it out.
Yes.
look at the videos, comment,
comments,
share it, subscribe. We want you to be a part of the Brown Girl Banter family.
Yes.
So we want you to go out there and share this with whoever you know, whoever needs it.
Share
Who
with
can be
a friend.
helpful. Yes, even if you share with one friend,
Yes.
that's enough.
Be a friend, share with a friend.
Yes, we would love that. So as always, we love to say, keep bantering. Have a wonderful day. Bye, Brown Girl Banter.
Bye.